Do you want to improve your English skills in reading and speaking effectively? Welcome everyone. Learning English can be fun and easy if we follow the right approach. We are here to provide you with the best tips to help you improve your reading and speaking skills with confidence. Listen daily to stories, songs, or news. Constant exposure to the language helps you absorb words and correct pronunciation. Speak without fear. Making mistakes is natural and an essential part of learning. Practice speaking with friends or even with yourself. Read regularly, starting with simple books and moving on to articles. This enhances your vocabulary and understanding of sentences. We offer fun and easy-to-understand content to support you on your language journey. So don't forget to follow the channel. Let's dive into a new story to improve your English level.
The life story of my husband from the beginning until now. He will tell it to you himself. Here is the story. The title of the story is The Journey of a Lifetime. From Birth to Old Age. Chapter 1. The Beginning.
Hello everyone, my name is David, and today I will share my story with you in detail. It is a journey filled with adventures, experiences, and lessons that have shaped my life. Let me take you through my memories from the very beginning up to this moment. I was born on a cold winter morning in a small village nestled between rolling hills. My mother often told me that the moment I entered the world, the sun broke through the clouds as if nature itself was celebrating my arrival. My father, a humble farmer, held me in his arms and whispered, "This child will do great things." Little did he know how true those words would become. Growing up in the village was simple but fulfilling. Our house was small, with a thatched roof and wooden walls that creaked in the wind. My siblings and I spent our days running through fields, climbing trees, and helping our parents with chores. Life was hard, but it was filled with love and laughter. My mother taught me the value of kindness, while my father instilled in me a strong work ethic.
Chapter 2. The School Years.
When I turned 6, I started attending the village school. It was a one-room building with a single teacher who taught all the subjects. I was eager to learn, and I quickly became one of the top students in my class. My favorite subject was English. There was something magical about the way the words flowed, and I dreamed of one day speaking it fluently. As I grew older, my thirst for knowledge only increased. I would spend hours reading books borrowed from the school library, losing myself in stories of faraway lands and heroic adventures. My teacher noticed my passion and encouraged me to pursue higher education. "You have a bright future ahead of you," she said. "Don't let it go to waste."
Chapter 3. The Teenage Years.
Adolescence was a turbulent time for me. I was no longer the carefree child who ran through the fields without a worry. Instead, I was filled with doubts and insecurities. My body was changing, and so were my emotions. I often felt like I didn't belong, like I was stuck between childhood and adulthood. Despite these challenges, I remained focused on my studies. I knew that education was my ticket to a better life. When I turned 16, I took a big step and applied to a prestigious high school in the city. It was a daunting prospect, leaving my family and the only home I had ever known. But I was determined to succeed.
Chapter 4. The City Life.
Moving to the city was a culture shock. The noise, the crowds, and the fast pace of life were overwhelming at first. But I quickly adapted, fueled by my ambition and desire to learn. My new school was much more demanding than the village school, but I thrived under the pressure. I made new friends, joined clubs, and even started writing for the school newspaper. It is during this time that I truly fell in love with the English language. I would spend hours in the library reading novels, poetry, and essays. I practiced speaking with my classmates and even started keeping a journal in English. My hard work paid off, and by the time I graduated, I was fluent in the language.
Chapter 5. The College Years.
After high school, I was accepted into a prestigious university to study literature. It was a dream come true. For the first time in my life, I felt like I was exactly where I was meant to be. My professors were inspiring, and my classmates were brilliant. We spent countless hours discussing books, debating ideas, and challenging each other to think critically. College was also a time of self-discovery. I explored new hobbies, traveled to different countries, and met people from all walks of life. These experiences broadened my horizons and taught me valuable life lessons. I learned the importance of empathy, resilience, and staying true to oneself.
Chapter 6. The Working World.
After graduating, I landed a job as a writer for a popular magazine. It was a challenging role, but I loved every minute of it. I interviewed fascinating people, wrote thought-provoking articles, and even had the opportunity to travel for work. My English skills were put to good use, and I felt proud of how far I had come. However, the working world was not without its struggles. I faced tight deadlines, demanding editors, and the constant pressure to perform. There were times when I doubted myself, but I always reminded myself of my roots and the values my parents had taught me. Their words gave me the strength to keep going.
Chapter 7. Love and Family.
In my late 20s, I met the love of my life. She was a fellow writer, and we bonded over our shared passion for storytelling. Our relationship was built on mutual respect, trust, and a deep understanding of each other's dreams and aspirations. We got married a few years later, and soon after we welcomed our first child. Becoming a parent was one of the most transformative experiences of my life. It taught me the true meaning of unconditional love and selflessness. I wanted to give my child the best possible life, just as my parents had done for me. I worked hard to provide for my family, but I also made sure to spend quality time with them.
Chapter 8. The Golden Years.
As I entered my 50s, I began to reflect on my life. I had achieved so much, but I knew there was still more to learn and experience. I continued to write, but I also took up new hobbies like gardening and painting. I found joy in the simple things, like watching the sunset or spending time with my grandchildren. Old age brought its own set of challenges. My body was not as strong as it once was, and I had to deal with health issues. But I faced these challenges with grace and resilience. I was grateful for the life I had lived and the people who had been a part of it.
Chapter 9. The End of the Journey.
Now, as I sit here in my rocking chair, I can't help but smile at the memories that flood my mind. My life has been a journey filled with ups and downs, but it has been a beautiful journey nonetheless. I have loved, lost, learned, and grown. I have made mistakes, but I have also achieved great things. As I close my eyes for the final time, I am at peace. I know that I have lived the life worth living, and I am ready to pass the torch to the next generation. My story may be ending, but the lessons I have learned will live on.